Hey everyone, Dr. Proofer here. For this week's episode of Myth Busting, I'm going to be talking about online pre-med forums and why you should be avoiding them. I know you're all going to use them. I totally use them as a pre-med, but I think you need to be making an informed decision when you're using them and know what the risks are. So my talk today, I'm going to go over some of the drawbacks to using them and where you can find good information instead. Because we all want those insider tips and tricks on getting into medical school, and we all want to do our application properly. So let's get started. So the first reason you should avoid them is that the information is anonymous. You don't know who's replying or posting these comments. So it could be anyone. They could be trying to sabotage your application, or they could just have no idea what they're talking about. Some of the profiles on these forums are like 10 years old. Why has someone been on Premed 101 for 10 years? That's so weird. Like, have they not gone to med school all that time? So just remember, any advice you're taking on those forums, take it with a grain of salt because you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know if it's accurate. Check everything on the school websites themselves. Second of all, they're a place where myths go wild. So in 2015, this issue got so bad that UBC actually took to social media and wrote a blog post to debunk some of the myths that they'd seen on Premed 101. So it got to the point where these myths were impacting people's applications. So don't let this happen to you. Check the school website. Again, take that advice with a grain of salt. My third problem with the online forums is the bullying that goes on there. Last week, I was looking up an answer for a student, and I stumbled across this thread where this girl posts like her resume and her GPA and her whole CV, and she's like, "What do you think my chances are getting to this school?" And the forum tore her to shreds. They were like, "Oh, I see you like volunteering with children. Like, maybe you should be a kindergarten teacher, not a doctor. You're not suitable for medicine." And this is so inappropriate on so many levels. First of all, it's called a pediatrician. It's a specialty. There's a whole bunch of them. It's a real thing. Other doctors, like family doctors and lots of other doctors, work with children on a regular basis. Liking children is a great thing for a medical practitioner. Second of all, no one can tell you whether you're suitable to practice medicine except for yourself. This is so important. You know whether or not you can be a doctor. Don't let anyone else tell you differently. All right, so just remember, everything you hear on there, take it with a grain of salt. You don't know who these people are. They don't know you. Their opinions don't really matter. Finally, the final thing you want to watch out for with these forums is that some of the medical schools have actually admitted to watching them from time to time. So if you're on there and you're one of these people who's bullying or spreading misinformation, and they can trace that back to some of your other online profiles and figure out who you are, that could actually end up hurting your application. If you're showing unprofessional or otherwise untoward behavior on there, they may decide that you're not a suitable applicant for medicine. Okay, so avoid the online forums. Where can you get information instead? So first off, the school website. So they all have an admission section to their website. Check that out. It has all the information you need to apply to the school. They're not going to misguide you. Second of all is reputable blogs. So look for a blog with someone's name associated with it, and that you know that this person has gone to medical school, become a doctor, is a reliable source of information. So good examples of this could be Student Doctor Network. They have some great posts about getting to med school, as well as our own blog. Our blogs are written by our consultants, and all of them have been trained by BeMo and have helped tons of students get into medical school, as well as are familiar with our research into the medical school admissions process. Finally, if you're not a member already, come join BeMo's Premed Mastermind group on Facebook. It's a bunch of Premed students. They ask us questions, the consultants answer. No matter what your question is, please come ask us. We're happy to answer, and we're not going to mislead you. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you all next week.